Hello. How's it going there, Mr. 411?
Man, it's great, Zach. Great day to talk sports, man.
Yes, it is. I'm excited for today. This should be a really good show. We have some great guests lined up. I know I'm giving it away. My apologies.
No, you're not giving nothing away, man. You're just giving that tease to the audience, and that's always a good thing, man. Keep uh, interested and keep them on their toes and get ready. But you're right, Zach. We do have a star-studded lineup today, or tonight, and it's gonna be good, man. We're gonna talk about the legacy of Steph Curry. That should be interesting. We're gonna also just dabble into some health and fitness, and that's going to be exciting because we have somebody in the building for that tonight. So, you ready to do this thing?
Of course, I'm always ready. And once again, that Pastor Troy song comes to mind, but we'll save that for another day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. This Memorial Day weekend is upon us. Sports Brothers edition. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, let's get into this. I say waste no time. Today is a good day, but I know we got to do certain stuff and, of
All
course,
right.
pay the bills.
Yeah, all that stuff in between, man. But yes, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The Sports Brothers Show. He is Zach. I'm Mr. Foreman. We are the Sports Brothers. Allude to, we got today excited about it, and all centers around. So, Zach, bring in our has his business. He started ground up and mighty successful. He's great as it was around sports, and it's make it into a business and a thriving business, man. And this guy's a talented individual, smart individual. And without further ado, we're going to bring him in. Our guest for tonight, Keith Morgan, owner of PT with Grit.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How are you doing there, Mr. Morgan?
What's up?
Happy to be here.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Man, it's great to see you. Good to see you, Keith. Man, you know about the Sports Brothers. We talk a lot of sports, and also we like to give flowers to those out in the communities and that's doing great things. And we want to also open up the platform for people. And so, man, there's not many people that I would much rather do this for than you, Keith. And we want you to go ahead and just introduce yourself to the sports world and just give a little background on yourself.
Keith Morgan, personal trainer. Just started. I got my certification in December, but I've been doing this stuff since I was 12. Born and raised right here in Macon, Georgia. Ran track for Northeast High School, Fort Valley State. Fitness has just been my life. My passion, not really realizing it was actually my niche, but I love what I do. It's nothing. If you look at my Facebook page, you see my clients making improvements and progress they made. I can get happier. I really love what I do.
That is good.
Absolutely. All right, Keith, you want to talk to the audience about what is PT with Grit?
Well, we're a personal training community. It's actually a community as well, and what we do is capitalize on health and fitness and strength. Majority of my clients have goals that they're trying to achieve, and it comes from all different walks of life. I'm not a believer in the one-size-fit-all program. I will go on record for saying that there is no such thing. People have different illnesses, different challenges as far as this person may have bad knees, this person may have a bad shoulder, this person may have no issues at all. So again, that's why I don't believe in tying everybody like that together. Even with our boot camp, people that come to my boot camp, they'll see me pull people to the left, pull people to the right, and say, "Hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this." And that's just because there is no one size fit all program. You got me? So that's just what we are. Basic fundamentals, making people life change. That's it. It's a lifestyle change.
Excellent. Fire away, Zach.
Well, I was gonna say, so if you don't mind, give us say you get someone, and I don't know what your typical things are, but someone comes in, and I know a lot of times you have people that haven't been working out in a while, and they want to get back, I guess, to a certain place in life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you tell them maybe it's going to take a certain amount of time? I guess take us through it. I come in and I guess not trying to make fun or do anything, but I'm 5'10", 320 pounds, and I want to get down to, say, 220.
Okay. A couple things with that.
Okay.
First, things don't happen overnight. Okay. Meaning that, some people had, whatever shape, whatever figure, whatever weight at some point in time. But as life happened, challenges happen, they gain weight. It's life just happened for them. You got me? So
Okay.
it didn't happen overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight. It's a struggle. But when you come to see me, the first thing I do, the first day, everybody know I got to say it's called my day one. I check your mobility, agility, your strength to see what you can and cannot do. With that being said, then from there, I'll blueprint a plan for you for your body type and your issues. And it varies. Like I said, there's no one size fit all program. I would never sell that to anybody. You said 5'10", 300 pounds.
Yes.
Hey, now food for thought. Is that 300 pounds the muffin top or the bookman? Which one is it? So that's why I'm saying there's no one program. And that's why I like to have my assessment. When I have my assessment, I look at the person, see how they work, what they can and cannot do. Just because you're 5'10" and 300 pounds doesn't mean that you can lift 135 or you can lift 45. So I have to do initial assessment before I can even go, like really deep into what I have for this person or that particular client.
All right. That sounds good. Now, I guess for Mr. 411 and myself, we're, I guess, not at our weights will, I guess, somewhat, will be kind. Isn't that right, Mr. Ford? Somewhat in shape. So we come into you and we just looking to get more toned or better condition. Are you not in good shape there, Mr. 411?
Oh, he has cardio.
I got some work to do.
Okay. Nice. His cardio is nice. With time, dibbled and dabbled a minute. He just gotta get stamina when it comes to resistance training.
Okay.
Well, my bad, because you're
No, you're good. So because like you said,
you're good.
So we come into you, and what is it that you would do for us? I know you said you do the assessment. I assume that you, as you said, you have multiple programs for everybody. I know I need to eat better. I probably eat terribly. No, it ain't no problem. I do eat terribly. I love my fried chicken and other stuff.
Right. And let me say this. Dieting is so important. What I do is probably about 40% of the ratio. It's 60% how you eat, when you eat, and what you eat. You know what I mean? It's 60% of that. That makes it a lot easier. Your body can do a lot more when you're eating clean. Let me say this. I don't believe in diets. That's just, it doesn't work. It truly is a lifestyle change if you're serious about your health. A diet, let's think about it. If we do a diet, we're going to get off the diet and we're going to blow back up. You got me? There's just, it's not rocket science. That's how it works. But if you change your lifestyle, your eating habits, stay away from the sugars, then you'll see a change. But you have to stay consistent with it. Consistency is always the key.
Okay. What do you got, Mr. 411?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Keith Morgan, the CEO of PT with Grit, he's in the building with us tonight. And Keith, this is something I would like to ask. So there's some people that in my social circle, and some of them they're speaking these things. They're saying, "Hey, I need to get in better shape. I need to join the gym. I need to do those type of things." And then there's segment of people that may not be able to, they may not feel comfortable with going inside in the gym, with the climate, of the COVID and all the other things going on out here in this world. So, do you have any programs that are outside of the inside of it, outside the gym? Do you have any programs that are outside?
Sure. I prefer, first of all, the one-on-one training. Okay. Going back to what Mr. Zach said, I didn't miss it when he talked about the weight. I get so many people that come to me and they talk about, oh, well, I weigh 400 pounds. I need to lose 100 pounds. It's all about losing inches in the right place. Okay. It's not so much about how much weight you lose, because you can lose 300 pounds, 100 pounds, and you're just a smaller version of yourself. No shape, no anything, just a smaller version of yourself. Getting back to what you're saying, Tyrone, yes, I prefer one-on-one. Even with the boot camps haven't been like super big because of the pandemic and things we have to deal with. Um, I do believe in keeping everybody separated for the most part. I have different situations for different people. However, like I said, it's all about my day one. What I see you
Hmm.
can do,
Right.
and I can't group you. Like you and Mr. Zach, I could group you guys if your cardio is the same, if you're in the same refereeing field. I know what I expect and what I'm dealing with. But when you're dealing with just various people,
Hmm.
you just can't. It's not possible to just please everybody. So again, one on one. If you check my website, you'll see I have the boot camp, I have virtual training, I have the one on one personal training, and depending on the time, I even have 30-minute increments as well. I just
Wow.
really my clients. I like to be my clients. The day one tells everything for me, and I know what I can and cannot do with that particular client. Again, my motto is there is no one size fit all. It's just not.
Yes, sir.
That is good.
All right, and we'll continue to share some of your information here. We have a couple more things that we could put up there. You're actually in your answer. You did answer another question because, for example, Zach is he's halfway across the country, right? So, and you're on the other side of the country. So, you said through the virtual training. I mean, virtual training. That'll
Mhm.
be able to be possible where you could train some people in other states. So, is that an easy program to get into?
Yes, it is. If you just go through my website, you go to book your appointment, it's going to directly give you all of the packages, and you pick that package at the time you're requesting. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Nothing else to it. Besides that, of course, I will ask you what you have in your vicinity. If you have a jump rope, what size dumbbells you have. And again, it really depends on the person. So even though we're virtual, I still have to do my day one assessment.
Okay.
Right. Very good. Okay. Any other programming questions, Zach?
I think well, I'll throw one last one in to go to the other extreme. So you yourself said that you ran track at Fort Valley. So if you were to get, say, college athletes or high school athletes to come along that are in pretty good shape, I, what would be the thing typically that you would do for them?
Again, it's still going to be one on one. This person may be a long jumper. This person may be a distance runner. There's no training the two the same way. There's no
Okay.
at all. I mean, that's just bottom line. I wouldn't train a sprinter the same way I would train a distance runner. I wouldn't train a shot putter the same way I would train somebody that's doing the pole vault. It's two different, you know what I'm saying? It's two different body sets, body tones
Hmm.
that go. It's no one size fit all. And I'm not throwing any shade towards any person trying anything like
Now,
that. Look at it on Google. Don't take my word
No, we
for it.
understand.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm really passionate about what I do. And it's just simply, Doc, it's not a one size fit all program. If you're doing the cardio stuff, then yeah, you can get away with it. That's fine. Cardio, you can do the one size fit all because again, the goal is to build a cardiovascular. You follow me? So those programs, which I highly encourage, you have step things of that nature that works. But when it comes to personal training and actually toning the body, we have to have resistance, but we have to be detailed on one.
Yes, sir. That sounds good. I wish I
Yeah,
was down there
absolutely.
in the
You
Macon
did
area
mention that
right
too.
now.
We'll get to it. Just how you get here. I promise you. And we'll see results in 15 days.
Well, Mr. 411, you should be messing around
Wow.
then if he just said 15 days.
15 days. We'll take a picture day one.
Yeah, 15 days.
Picture. Because the picture is going to say everything. Camera, I mean, it's not looking like the eye. You look at it every day, it looks the same. Camera tells the difference. Hold me accountable for it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Can we use can people use a filter on their first picture? Can they do
No,
anything
sir.
like that?
Sir. No.
Hey,
Take advantage of the technology that's out here.
No,
hey,
do that. We're not doing that, Tyrone.
hey,
Come
hey,
on.
hey, don't be talking about your day nap experience there, Mr. 411.
Hey man.
Honest.
Hey man.
If working out actually felt good, everybody would walk around. Guys would have a body like Zeus. You know, if it truly felt good,
Yeah.
it takes a special individual to like really say, "Hey, I'm tired of this lifestyle. I want this lifestyle," and stick to it. I mean, again, if it felt good, everybody be doing it. Unfortunately, it doesn't.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
And look, yeah, that is true. And then also, would you know, that one-on-one that you're providing is forcing the individual to actually, go through with the program because now they're committed. They signed up, and they have to answer to you. You know what I mean? So that is actually a good thing. To have that type of um, pressure, if you will. So that's
Yeah,
that's a good thing to have.
even with the one-on-one, though, I have to be honest. I don't know if that's better for me or better for the client. I let all my clients know, hey, I walk around you while you're working out. I'm trying to make sure the muscles are being moved. So I think it's a 50-50 thing on that. They're here. I ask them just
Yeah.
get to the door. I have the rest. But for me, being a one-on-one, I can really walk around and say, okay, this exercise is not for this person. It's not hitting the point I want to hit or the muscle I want to hit. And then it gives me the opportunity to make the change opposed to just saying, hey, do 15 million burpees or do, so many lat pull downs. So again, it goes back
Mhm.
to there's no one-on-one training. I mean, no one-on-one all fit all program. I mean, well, one-on-one it is, but there's no all fit all program.
Very good. All right. Well, we're almost through with our segment, but we're gonna actually run one of your ads, okay? If you don't mind, for the extra advertising,
Sure.
we're gonna run that ad. Then we're gonna come back on the other. If, and we're gonna come
What's
back
the
on the
good
other
one?
side, and then just ask you. Well, we're gonna see. But we're gonna ask you a couple more sports questions, and then I know you have some more things to do. So let's go ahead and run your ad.
Hey, we didn't get the music where we get fined at. That's what I be looking for. That is the best. I'm telling you now. I love it when the commercial comes on, got the music playing and everything. But that one is good too.
And I got to give a shout out to
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to give a shout out to my gladiator, Brandy, Michelle, Happy Pop, and that's my people, man. When I say she works hard,
Yeah.
listen, women don't come in the gym thinking y'all got it like Brandy. That's a true gladiator. That's like Leonidas trapped in a female body. Yep. I got me.
Oh man. And also you know your team, man. Your team is pretty tight, man. You know, you want to give a shout out to your gentleman that does some of your you know, your flyers, some of your video work and everything.
Man, I gotta give Quay all the props. I mean, right now, forgive me, Quay, I can't think of the exact name of your business. You know, I'm running too. So, but he's phenomenal. I can't say enough. I just say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, and he puts this together in the video. And I mean, man, I'm so grateful for him. I'm so grateful for him. So, Quay, please, if you drop your info, Doc, you can do it better than I can. You know, I'm not the social media person here.
I'm certain he'll be in touch with her. And I hear right now he's gonna be in touch with some of our people. So definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Just getting that in right now. So yeah, that'll be next. Zach, your pockets are getting fatter and fatter every day, man.
Well, you keep telling me that. I'm gonna wait and see, but thank you. I know it's getting there.
All right. Well, Mr. Morgan, I know obviously track is one of your sports, but what other sports do you love?
Man, I love boxing. I love b-ball. Unfortunately, since MJ left the game, I just don't know about it. I feel if you have some of these teams now go back and play the Detroit Bad Boys, you know, your Rick Mahorn, you know, Bill, whatever, you know, it'll be a different game, you know, with all the certain calls that these guys get today, opposed to, you know, as Jordan said, it was war back in those days. I just, you know, I kind of just fell off a little bit, man. And then, unfortunately, with the passing of Kobe, to me, that was the closest thing to MJ 100. For me,
Kobe.
You know, nobody else, but for me, that was the closest thing.
So, okay, all right.
So, I see you're old school when you bring it up the Pistons.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he brought up everybody but John Sally. I thought he was coming next.
But we can go the days, you know, the other MJ, Magic Johnson, you know, Larry Bird.
Okay.
The Lakers.
Okay.
You can't be that old. Did you remember all them guys?
Man. Names, Kevin McHale, boom, you know, for sure.
Okay.
And after MJ left the game, it wasn't the same for me, man. I just kind of, you know, they got too, you know, easy going. You know, as kids, and I get it. You know, you go on a basketball court, you play ball as youngsters, sprain your ankle, or you jam your finger. You know, we keep playing ball. That's what we do. But we get.
I already know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. Nah. Man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's physical. So I know what Keith is. Oh, you still there, Keith? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. But yeah, I'm just saying, you know, the game changed a lot.
You know, but yes, it has. They started making way more money.
It's definitely.
And then, I mean, not taking anything away from you know, the players of today. I feel that, you know, there's some real talent out there. I mean, you look at your Steph Curry's, let everybody know what I was doing. But Steph Curry, you know, LeBron's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The game is different. It's a different talent. But as far as maybe that's why I kind of fell off. I just, you know, I hear now I gotta watch it because I hear Chicago, they acting like they the Boston Bad Boys from back in the day. And I'm like, really? Is that really going on like that? So, you know, that's just it.
So the Bulls made a surge this season. Then they kind of tapered off a little bit. There were some key injuries in there, but they're looking to make some moves in the offseason. And I'm certain on some of our upcoming episodes, we're going to talk about that. And there's another avid Bulls fan that I know of that really wants to speak on that too. And so that'll be exciting. But you're also good at another sport. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
my
look at you.
2 years ago, dog, for real. Yeah, I try to be. I mean, Tyrone, I had to give you props on that, man. Bowling is your thing. I love it. I wish I could do it more. But yeah, I'm not any good at that like that. I appreciate the comments, Tyrone, but got it. Like, I don't have
Hey, man, you look, man, you come a long way, man. You know, we know where you started from, man. But and look at that video, man. Look what you did there, man. So you know you elevated and actually made the league, you know, tougher and making it and actually made it into what it is now with competitors like yourself. So that was good, man. But I remember that moment right there, man. We had to run that one, man, because that was a cool moment right there.
I hear you.
All right.
Proud of you, man. Proud of you for doing the 411 Sports Stock. I'm really proud of you for doing your thing. All right.
Much appreciated. You know, Zach and I have been at it for a minute. Since when, Zach?
What, since 1988?
Yes, sir. So
and it seems you're still the assist guy, and I'm still the one that has to finish up. You run the show. I just go where you tell me.
I heard that. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Wow. Yeah, we're a team on it. But we thank you, Keith, for being on. And ladies and gentlemen, here's one of his flyers right here. You know, stay in touch with Keith Morgan, the CEO of PTWITGRIT.com, and that's how you can, you know, go to his website as he stated earlier today and get all the information you need. As you can see here, summer camp is coming, so enroll 478-845-9179. That's 478-845-9179.
Looks good. I expect you to be there,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
411, taking video. Showing off your summer
Mr.
vibe.
411 to be everywhere, man. Hey, man, it's coming, man. We you know, I already got the guns, but then when I get done with PT with Grit, I'm gonna have bazookas.
Yes. I believe it.
All right. Yeah. And Brandy Williamson, she has a shout out here. We appreciate Brandy for watching the show as well. She has a shout out. Jaquavius Holmes. He's the one that Keith Morgan was referring to as far as the graphics and designing and things like that. So he's doing great work for PT with Grit and for himself as well.
And thank you, Miss Brandy. Look, appreciate her watching and helping us out with the info.
That's right. And as Keith said, it's true warrior right there.
Ultimate warrior. I'm sure you like that, don't you, there, Mr. 411?
That's right. Intercontinental and heavyweight champion, double champ. Remember, defeated Hulk Hogan back in
yes, sir.
SummerSlam 1990. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, so Keith, we definitely appreciate you being on, and we hope to have you back soon. And whenever you want to check out Keith Morgan, CEO, PTWITGRIT.com. Blessings and have a good one, Keith.
Take care, Mr. Morgan. Thank you. And good luck on the boot camp. Hey, that was good.
All right. Yeah, good to have Mr. Morgan on there.
Hey, you keep doing stuff like this, it's going to make me move back home to Georgia.
All right, Zach.
Hey, once they get rid of the state taxes.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you watching the show and everything. We're about to head into our second segment here. But before you do that, just take the time to do a couple things for us.
Yep, I was waiting on that. I was missing it. And now we get to look. This is great. Now we get to we start off with a bang, and we gonna finish with a bang. That
Absolutely.
look, I would say that reminds me of something else, but this is gonna be a great day.
That's right. All right. Before we do that, of course, we gotta pay a couple bills here. We have Ernest Bunce Jr. Boxing Academy. Matter of fact, Ernest Bunce has an event coming up June the 18th. It's called Gloves Not Guns. Great program there, and he's going to have a matter of fact he has belts on the line. So a lot of the participants, I heard, is almost up to 200 participants. Zach,
Lord Jesus,
yeah, Gloves Not
gonna
Guns.
be a big event.
Yeah, there's some belts on the line, and we'll get Mr. Butts back on so he can do his promotion there, and he's going to let us know about some of the participants in the matchups and everything. But it's a great program that he has at his boxing academy. You see all the information right there, and man, it's going to be a big event. So check out Ernest Butts Jr. Ernest Butts Jr. Boxing Academy. And then, as you see below, Heavenly Spa Mobile, 2484 Ingleside Avenue, Building A, Suite 101-A, Macon, Georgia, 31204. You can reach Latanya at 478-747-9231. That's 478-747-9231. Heavenly Spa Mobile, where relaxation is the key. Zach, we're heading into now our fair or foul segment. Fair or foul. And today's topic, right? In fair or foul, it's going to consist of two young NBA stars. You could even say superstars, but excellent players in the league. And we're gonna talk about those two players. But that's just a tease. Because we're going to bring in a special guest for that topic. But before we do that, let's talk about a current superstar, right? And he is another Steph closer. Stephen Curry.
Great job by the producers there.
Yeah, you gotta love those producers, man. But another Steph closer. And with one more victory, the Golden State Warriors will reach the NBA Finals again. I believe that's going to be the sixth time that this grouping of Warriors, if you will, would have reached the finals. And again, we're foreshadowing because they are up 3-1 over the Dallas Mavericks. But if Stephen Curry can make it to the finals, Zach, I touched on this a little bit, but where would he stand if Steph Curry reaches and obtains a fourth NBA championship?
Well, the NBA did their countdown or they ranked their top 75 guys, and they had him as number 16. So if he won another one, I could tell you very clearly that he'd at least move up to 15 because Kevin Durant was number 12. So Kevin Durant would move back and he would get in the top 15, which is really great. We've kind of talked about this before, cracking the top 10 all time. Even based on if you throw some of the names out, there's probably 12 guys that circulate in the top 10. Hard to get past them. Two other guys that were in front of him were Moses Malone and Dr. J. I don't know if the championship alone would move him past them, but as I said, I'd go 15 definitely, and he would replace Durant. I'd boot Durant out of that top 15 and move Curry in. And if Curry's top 15 all time, if that's where he ends, great career. But that sounds about right now. I don't think your ranking will be the same for him, but that's something. I'm just going off of what ESPN did.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll tell you, man. With if he captures the fourth championship, right? He definitely has to get into that deep conversation because there's some boards out there that have Curry, close to the top 10 already, and that's without a fourth ring. With the fourth ring, now you're in some illustrious area right there because LeBron James has has 4 championships. So Curry, within the same era, would have tied LeBron James with a championship hardware. 2-time MVP. So with that, and you add all that together, you really have to change the narrative if he ends up with 4, because to me, one of the biggest parts of a lot of this conversation when you're talking about the greatest and getting into all that, one thing that even the players say is that you need to win the championships. And so, with 4, I mean, he's right there. I mean, right behind Kobe Bryant, who has 5, and with 4, you already tied with LeBron James. So, and Tim Duncan, right? Yeah. So you're in a rare area. So he definitely would need to be, if not in that room, which is to me like top 10 all time, he's definitely standing right there at the door. And you really have to take a hard look at a couple of players. And, that's something that we'll do in the near future. But yeah, Curry would definitely bump himself up. And I look at that as Curry, the player. I know we have other discussions about point guard and shooting guard in different positions, but overall as the player, you have to give it to him because he's been the foundational piece for the Warriors for his career. So that's pretty much why I have him.
And I'm with you on that. I'm just thinking from a player perspective. I don't ever think of Curry as a point guard. So I'm just going off of where he would rank as a player.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we just touched on that because we definitely got to get into something else now.
Yes, you've been holding back.
We definitely got to do it.
Let's go on and do this.
We got to do it. All right. And the Warriors play tonight. Is that correct?
At 9 p.m. Eastern.
All right. So Zach will be giving us the updates if we're still on, but definitely we're going to check the games out.
I said we better not be on, or I better be getting some OT.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's do this. All right, fair or foul. It's time for fair or foul. And for that, we're going to bring in our next guest for tonight, Antonio Pace. What's going on, Pace?
What's up, Antonio? What's going on?
Glad to have you. I'm ready to have this conversation.
Oh, let's go.
Uh-oh. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. All right. Hopefully they're still alive, right? They're down 3-1. The star player for the Dallas Mavericks, the franchise piece, Luka Doncic. And there's a lot of discussion that has been out there in the sports world since the day that Luka and Trae Young were drafted. So they're forever connected by the sports, by the fans of the sports world. I think they understand that too. And they're just linked together because of the draft day trade scenario. And so, Pace, we're going to go ahead and get your thoughts on this Luka versus Trae. First of all, we know where you stand with it, and you can go ahead and talk about that.
People don't know where he stands.
Right. He's going to go ahead and lay out where he stands on the Luka versus Trae, but also give your background of your favorite team and all that kind of stuff as well, so people understand the total picture of Mr. Pace and his thoughts on Luka and Trae.
Oh, okay. Well, if y'all know me, my favorite team since I was 6 years old been the Atlanta Hawks. So
yes,
I have a vested interest on how they draft, and I said it before the draft because, hey, like I was fussing with Brundidge and you sometimes, you can Google the draft picks to see like tape on them. And Luka's been playing lights out since he's been 14 years old, playing against 29, 30-year-old dudes in the European League, in which that is really, to be honest with you, that's how basketball is supposed to be played when we were growing up, moving the ball, learn how to shoot, set yourself up for and set your teammates up. So I was like adamant at pick 3, the Hawks didn't hit the jackpot. Just 30 35, 40 seconds later saying it's a trade. And Luka has been sent to the Dallas Mavericks for the number 5 pick, which is both Trae Young and a future pick, which turned out to be Cam Reddish, which turned out to be a Charlotte protected number 1 pick through 2025, which if Charlotte should make the playoffs the next 3 years, so the Hawks looking at like a number 19, 20 round 20th pick, and then which they convey the pick. So yeah, Dallas won the trade. Period. There ain't nothing else to say about that. I mean, if you look at the constructs of how their teams are made, I can say the Hawks have done a better job putting, I believe, more talent around Trae than the Dallas Mavericks have put around Luka. But who's to say the Hawks would have put that kind of talent around Luka as well? So the Hawks are a kind of screwed up franchise in regards to paying people. We all remember John Concat. So the Hawks
that's John.
made
That's John.
John Contract.
John Contract. Yeah.
It was.
John
Y'all didn't like
Okay.
y'all didn't like Concat?
No, we still remember Sheldon Williams getting drafted instead of Brandon Roy. You know, things like that. Who went before Chris Paul? The other North Carolina dude, Marvin Williams. So I mean, it ain't like the Hawks. The Hawks finally got one right, I thought, but you know, they did not. And you know, I'm not a Trae hater, but I'm not a overall Trae fan either, because I think more about his size. It's not like he's trying to put no weight or no muscle to it. He's just gonna be a little small dude, and many of those don't survive in the NBA past 4 or 5 years. And I just don't know about what, you know, in about 2 or 3 years, I know that Trae's gonna flip on his head, and everybody gonna say, "Yeah, Pace, you was right," and I'm gonna be here for it. I'll be right here for it, and I accept all apologies. I'm gonna accept all apologies from you and Brundidge and everybody else, and I'm gonna make sure y'all pay me off in hot wings and dues. So you know, like Shannon Sharp say, dues. Even though I still owe you dues, but we'll get to that later.
Matter of fact, don't you owe me something?
I just said I still owe you.
That's right, Alabama UGA. All right, we'll leave it alone.
Yeah,
but
Alabama UGA.
That was 2 years ago, not this year.
I say, hold on.
That was the last time they played the SEC championship game when they blew that lead. But okay.
I say, we the champs. What is he talking about?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but okay. Zach, anything you want to throw in on this?
Do you want me to go? Because you kind of already know I am. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go ahead and go and then go from there?
Well, okay, I'll throw some stuff in there. So, all right. So Pace was not happy with the Hawks making this draft day trade, right? And when it happened, you got to look at the background of the Hawks, okay? And you got to see, like, you really can't name a whole bunch of major free agents or anything like that comes to the team. So the way I was looking at the draft day trade was that, to me, it works out for both teams. You know, Nowitzki, 20-year season in Dallas. They pick up Doncic in the trade. He was not going to fall to the Dallas pick, so they figured out where they could make the swap at. We're not even going to mention that what is his name, DeAndre Ayton went number 1 in the draft. So the Phoenix Suns that took took Doncic, nobody would have had Luka, and so you know we don't bash them enough for that. And then Sacramento had an opportunity, and who did they take? Does anybody remember who they took? I think it was the power forward out of.
They took Marvin.
The power forward. The power forward out of Duke.
No, they took the kid from Duke.
Yeah, power forward out of Duke. Yeah. At that time, he had the Chris Bosh comparison. Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right. So there was a couple opportunities right there, and even Sacramento deliberated about it, and they were like, "No, we're going to pass on Luka." So you know the Hawks and them, they had a deal. They had a package deal right there. And to me, the Hawks were making this move because they figured they was going to get a star player, and at at that time, no one really knew how Trae Young was going to pan out, but they figured he was going to be a star player, and then they get the additional pick. So they're trying to make some things move with that. Now it's on them to make the right decision with that pick, and I think you're right about Luka. I mean, Luka's a great player, and that's never the debate. Like 1-for-1, just 1-for-1, you're gonna take Luka Doncic over Trae Young. But the Hawks were looking at it more than just a 1-for-1. Because if they was, they would have took Doncic. So, that's the way I was looking at that with that move. And it's paid out. I mean, it's paid out. So it's played out nicely so far. The Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals. No one would have thought that within the first 3 seasons of Trae Young's career that team would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. That organization would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. So that's a major success. And that did happen before Dallas did it, which was this year. So to me, it seemed like they're both on a great path. One player is going to actually be a little better than the other, but looking at the totality, because I mean, Trae Young made it all in. He's made all NBA this year.
Third team.
Correct.
Third
right.
team.
So he is in a.
Luka made 3 first teams. 3 first teams.
Sure did. Yes,
and rookie of the year.
Well, again, that's not the debate 1-for-1. The point is that the Hawks. The point is the Hawks drafted an excellent player. It's not like they didn't get anything. You're getting an All-NBA guy who's qualifying for the Supermax now because he made an All-NBA team. He led the league in total assists and total points this season. And they made it to a conference finals before Dallas did. And he has an early playoff exit this season, but so did Luka in 2 seasons as well. So at the end of the day, neither one of them have championships right now. They're both playing well, but I would say 1-for-1, Luka's playing better. So I don't think it's the end of the world, and that's just my take on that for you, Pace. I know you're an avid Hawks fan. You go way back. You go back to even what's my boy?
J.R. Ryder.
No, you go back before that.
Yeah.
You go back even further.
Dan Roundfield.
Dan Roundfield. That's all I was waiting for you to say. Dan Roundfield, John Battle, all those guys. So I know you're super passionate about them. I get it. So
yes, I think we were all together today when the Hawks lost Game 7 to the Celtics. I think we were around each other that day.
Yeah. Dominique was the Bird and Dominique duel.
Yes.
For anybody that hasn't seen that.
Yeah. Still the best game the Hawks ever played that I've seen.
I agree. So that was a great game. Fell a little short, but I remember us going outside because Dominique was hitting 3-pointers off the backboard. And I remember going over to Karan's house and trying that shot on his backboard because his goal was kind of loose. So you can get away with throwing it off the backboard from distance and it would fall in. But Dominique was doing that on a professional goal. But that's what I have right now, Zach, and Pace. So it's going to be a forever back and forth. But when we have that discussion, just understand it's not 1-for-1 when it comes to me on that. I'm gonna pass over to Zach.
Okay. I didn't think much of Trae Young when he was drafted, so I was already kind of down on it anyway. I all the Curry comparisons, and even now, he's still not close to where Curry is. But I have to admit, and I said this last year, he's a much better player than I thought he was going to be. And the way the Hawks have constructed the team, things have worked better for him. The Hawks didn't draft him for basketball reasons. They drafted him for things outside of, or I should say, they didn't draft him for on the court stuff. They drafted him for outside on the court stuff. Because I'll kind of say at least how I see it. I don't think they thought they could market Luka well to gentlemen that look like the 3 of us to get them excited to want to come to the game, or even Caucasian males. Because Luka's European, I didn't think that they probably thought that they could get them to get excited to come to the game either. So that has to be part of the reason they did it. Because player for player is not even close. Luka is the better player individually. Now, you have to go year by year. And yeah, the tail of the tape is in a boxing match. Like a boxing match, round 1, a guy wins, then you come back to round 2, whatever. Now we're at round 3. So round 3, Luka's winning because he's got his team to the same level that Trey did. And if we look at the pick, I think y'all said it's Cam Reddish. Atlanta already screwed that up. I guess they'll get another chance at it. But they could have taken Tyler Hero, Thibault that Philly has, Brandon Clark, Grant Williams, and Jordan Poole, and you have individuals on your team that are contributing. So if you're going to use that, if we're using the Hawks pick and it's not just a 1-for-1, then you have to do the right thing with the pick. And if you don't do the right thing with the pick, then you lose the trade. And you and I were talking about this, Mr. 411. I'm going back to, and y'all had to tell me, and I don't know if you watched Winning Time or not, Pace, and I never do this. It blew my mind. But Jerry West thought that the Lakers should have took Sidney Moncrief over Magic Johnson because Magic Johnson was too tall to play point guard. And Sidney Moncrief made the Hall of Fame. He was I think two-time Defensive Player of the Year. Great guy. He made Milwaukee an outstanding team for the time and what they were doing. But I think anybody that would say if you compare those two, that Magic Johnson won. And in basketball, I just think you take the better player, and then everything else will roll from there. When Kobe Bryant wanted to be traded from the Lakers, you take Jerry West wouldn't even entertain it because when you give up the better player or the greater player, you're going to lose. 3 firsts, and I get that you brought it up there, Mr. 401, and Pace to hit on too. Don't sneeze at 3 first-team All-NBAs. Like, to be first-team All-NBA is already a big deal, but to be 3 first-team All-NBAs, now that's really saying something because you are dominating whatever it is your position that you making. Now, Trae Young making third team is great, and you brought up some great stats about Trae Young, and that just lets you know how hard it is in the NBA when a guy leads in total points and in total assists, and he can barely make it. But right now, I would say that Dallas has won this trade. Now, we got some years to go, hopefully, for both of them. I know you talked about Pace, Trae Young not going to gain any weight or whatever, but we can't act like Luka coming in out of shape. He's got to correct that if he's going to, go to greater heights as a player. Because he probably already is a Hall of Famer based on just them 3 All-NBAs. I know that would seem crazy, but that probably gets him in first team if we being real, because that's a better resume than Reggie Dan Miller. So I say Dallas is ahead right now, but Trae Young has an opportunity. Trae Young and the Hawks have an opportunity maybe to show they did the right thing. But I just feel this was for reasons outside of basketball, for marketing purposes. And they just didn't feel like they could market a guy like Luka to the Atlanta population or to the Georgia fan base. And that's why they did this. If Luka had maybe was coming out of Oklahoma like Trey was, they probably take Luka or something of that nature. And that's, I guess, all I can see it is because outside of that,
I agree, but I did go to a Hawks game against Dallas, and it was more young black kids with Luka jerseys on than Trae Young jerseys.
Yeah,
so
but that's counting. But
I was counting the jerseys. So I'm thinking, I agree with you though, Zach. I believe that he was drafted and traded because they couldn't market him. Yeah, because they wanted the dollars from the ethnic community to come in, flow into that stadium. The problem is though, sometimes that highly energetic electric player you want is not the best one for you. It's kind of like when you dating when you're younger, you date the girl that your mama don't like but she's not what you want, what you need. She's what you want, but it's not what you need. And I think the Hawks and a lot of the fans are figuring that out now, that the best pick was Luka. And
Okay.
I think down the road is going to be more apparent because, like I said, he's slow, he's chubby, and he can do whatever he wants to on the court. And
Well,
and if it wasn't for the Morris twins stepping on his ankle 2 years ago in the bubble, they eliminate the Clippers anyway.
okay, but then you got to turn around and say, well, if Trae Young didn't get injured last year in the playoff in the Bucks series,
well,
then maybe they get by the Bucks because
Giannis was hurt too, though, so that's no excuse.
Exactly. No, but that's what I'm
Giannis was
getting
hurt
at.
too. So Trey had 2 games when Giannis was hurt to get the Hawks into the finals. Couldn't do it.
I hear you.
Chris Middleton lit him up. So I'm saying,
but I hear you. I hear you.
There's
but
reasons.
You just said. Okay, but you just said that if Morris twin didn't step on someone's foot, so if we flip that, which again is
Trey hurt himself though. That's different.
Okay, well, however he got it, but he got hurt. So that he got hurt, and if Giannis did get hurt, and if Trey didn't, maybe they sneak by them and make a final. I mean, we can go both ways. It can go both ways on that.
No.
It can go both ways. Yeah.
No.
And so
not in that aspect though.
Well,
Milwaukee was a better team. The Hawks.
But Giannis was injured, right? He got injured.
Yeah, and they still beat the Hawks. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but Trey was injured too.
Huh?
Trey got injured too. Right.
I'm saying, Trey got hurt in the beginning of the series. The Hawks still were up 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't they lose 3 straight after going up 2-1 to Milwaukee?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, and Giannis was hurt. Giannis was hurt games 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
So they lost 3 straight games without the best player in the NBA on the court.
And did Trey get hurt though in that series?
Trey got hurt in game 5 right before the elimination game. So
he got hurt.
Yeah, but they'd already lost. They'd already lost. They was already down 3-2.
I feel you on the semantics of but again, what I'm saying is look at these guys. You got an injury here, okay, injury here. You got a teammate at conference finals here, a teammate here. Now we're starting to hear on both sides of it. What moves are the Hawks going to make now to go to another level? What moves are Dallas going to make to go to another level? Because
they both got to say they both have to make the same move. They both covered in the same players. They're gonna have to go after Levine, Bradley Beal, or somebody like that to give you a sure number 2 or number 1 or 1B or 1A or whatever you want to rank them as, because the Hawks, everybody know what the Hawks gonna do and what Dallas is gonna do. We're gonna get the ball to these 2 dudes and everybody else clear out the way.
And
that's pretty much how they play it.
They gotta fix that part because
that's
what's great about Golden
I
State.
like Nate McMillan, but he's not. I don't think get what he needs to get out of Trey. I don't think that's it, because he let Trey shoot you down 1 point, and he comes with 2 minutes left, and Trey comes out and jacks up 2 35-foot 3-pointers, and you don't say, "Hey, timeout, come in and put him on the bench for a second or something." I mean, that's just you killing yourself. You're gonna have to curb that in, because Luka does the same thing, but just not as flamboyant.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Who's the one guy?
One guy's a little bit more okay.
Forward.
A power, point forward guard or whatever you want to call Luka, because he's too slow to guard any guards. That's why they got him on Draymond Green.
Well, I'm talking about for Atlanta. They got the power forward that doesn't like Trey. Yeah. That's probably the first. They need to move him out, because that chemistry issue, I'm not sure if that's going to fix itself. And they might be able to get a good piece for him.
But that's the same thing with Porzingis in Dallas. Him and John Collins, the same player.
Yeah.
I want to be number 1 too. You're not number 1 material though. So you have to figure it out with that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what the more we talk about this, the more it's like, similar situations on both ends. Like both teams basically got what they wanted in the deal. Now I know personally, maybe people don't like it, and it's fine because we all have our own opinions on that. But at the end, both organizations basically kind of got what they wanted, and they both like in the same predicaments, if you will. They were just talking about it the other night, Tuesday night, that what's Dallas going to do? They need to get a second player to go with, and then you're going to say the same thing over here in Atlanta. So like for as great as Luka's playing, there's still no championships. Now, individually, he's going to be a first ballot. I mean, Luka was already marked to be the #1 draft pick maybe 2 years before he even was eligible for the draft. They was already saying this was going to be the #1 guy. I think Trae Young is the guy that kind of came out of nowhere, and in respects of being a highly touted player in the league, because there was a lot of doubts on him, like you said earlier, about his size and everything. But he's basically doing the accomplishment that he had in college, Division I player. He's the only player. There's no other player on the list, not even Luka, that can say that they led the nation in Division I basketball with total points and led the nation in assists and points in the same season. There's no other player to ever do it. And so for this season, for him to lead the league in total points and total assists, he's kind of doing what he did in college. So he is translating and being successful there. And of course, I know Luka didn't play college basketball, so he couldn't do that. But there's no other player to ever do
Luka
that.
winning championships in EuroLeague. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he
okay.
not losing in the first round of the NCAAs. Yeah, but okay.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but see, you're going to the one player. The organizations, like, okay, go back to what Zach was saying about Magic.
Atlanta dropped the ball on the draft pick. That, like, if the draft pick was supposed to make the difference, then they dropped the ball on the draft pick. But if they dropped the ball on the draft pick, then that means they dropped the ball on the trade. So I think y'all said this, since they moved Reddish, it's going to get conveyed into some other pick down the line or something.
Yeah, it's protected. It's Charlotte's pick. It's protected by the top 14 this year and next year. Then the top 20, the top 18 or something like that the next 2 years after that. So Charlotte don't never make the playoffs. The Hawks get 2 second-round picks out of it.
So we looking for a kid in preschool right now to make a difference. So okay, so they got to hit on whatever this pick is, because that pick is what will ultimately judge it, unless Trae Young goes out here and wins a lot of championships.
They did get Kevin Knox. Let's see if they he take that minimum guaranteed contract. I like Kevin Knox. I think he's a pretty decent role player. I don't think he's going to be on a superstar level, but I think he's a pretty. He's a decent player. Yeah. The problem is though, the Hawks got a whole lot of decent players that are making $13-14 million. So they about to be strapped for cash. They're gonna have to move a lot of them guys this year.
Well, we got to see what Hunter develops into. He's actually on his way.
He's the only one everybody wants, though, TJ.
Well, that's true too. But
he's the one Hawks player that they can move with John Collins and Gallo to get rid of that money. Nobody won't want to trade unless he's part of that package.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point too. But what about Ayton? Maybe Ayton, some kind of Ayton Collins and another player in there.
Would you want Ayton? Like
Ayton don't got no motor though.
I think about Ayton. I don't mind Ayton. I like Ayton, but
he might need to change his
the issue for me. Well, this is what it comes. But okay, he's still gonna want $30 million. That's where I always get into it. What you paying a guy? Like, it's fine if a guy can play or if he go change, but if he make it 30, 35, 40, like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving wouldn't be an issue for anybody if he was making $5 to $10 million a year. You go ahead and deal with it, but he's making 46. And I say the same for James Harden. James Harden gonna be making 46. So how much are you willing to pay Ayton? And he has to be your, second best player. And me being a Heat fan, trade Bam Adebayo right now. For him to be making $30 million and be we will say, non-existent offensively, like kind of very low impact, and that a guy like Robert Williams can take him out of his game. I'm hoping that Anthony Davis's value is so low right now that they'll take him. I'm even throw Hero in there now. Throw in Kyle Lowry and trade him for Westbrook and damn Anthony Davis, and throw in the draft pick if you have to, but get rid of Bam Adebayo. Like, you just don't pay certain individuals. You just don't pay, because when you pay them, and it's a reason why Phoenix ain't paid. Like I said, I like Ayton, but I mean, Ayton didn't impress me against Dallas when
But
they ain't have nobody in the middle.
that's true. That's true. But again, there's a lot of other things that's going on too with that situation, and maybe a change of scenery with a player who's been compared to David Robinson, uh, physically.
No.
And physically now. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
got
He
you. I
is.
got you.
Right. Not the player now. Though. We
No,
ain't gonna
I
go
hear
that
what you.
far.
I mean, I hear what
But
you're saying.
but maybe a change of scenery with him playing in Atlanta with Trae Young. Not saying that Chris Paul is obviously a better point guard, but just for them to play together over there and then to get a disgruntled player out of Atlanta in Collins, maybe a change of scenery would be good for both of them. Maybe Collins will be even better with Phoenix, and maybe Ayton will be even better in Atlanta. And you can see how that maybe how that go. Now you all, Zach, I think I told you about this one, but I like Rudy Gobert in Atlanta.
Yes, you do.
I like someone playing defense there. And again, Dallas is another place for Rudy Gobert. So I think both organizations are just they're riding parallel down the road, but they got 6'7" guy in Luca that's running that team there and doing his thing, and then you have a 5'11", well they say 6'1", so we'll go 6'1" point guard over here in Atlanta doing his thing.
5'11".
Yeah, I mean. The NBA said 3 years ago that they actually give out the actual heights of players now. So that's why, players like Dwight Howard are no longer 7 foot and all that stuff. Like he went from 6'11" to like 6'9". So if the NBA is accurate of what they're saying,
I
they
think they're
did listen.
doing it without shoes now.
Yeah, they do it without shoes.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
I think,
like I said, this will play out over the years. But I'd say
yeah.
Dallas is probably winning convincingly right now.
Well, I respectfully disagree with that. Well, it was like I say convincingly because there's a lot of questions that got to be answered in Dallas. They're about to go. They're about to go down in this round, but they really wasn't even supposed to get out the first round.
Yeah,
And
correct.
a lot of those, and again, but with some things that went sideways in Utah, but don't let that mask the true issues that are still there in Dallas.
Well, they don't have
Because
a good roster.
there's no defense over there either, and so it's not like they're on their way to start making a Western Conference Finals run. Like there's still a lot of story there to be told. Just like with, for example, the great example too with Moncrief coming out and Magic, but we already know how that story ended. And
Yeah,
Magic
that's what I'm
also
saying.
started, and Magic came out the first year and won the championship. Luka or Trey hasn't done that. They're
I'm
getting
just
individuals.
judging by that.
neither.
I'm just judging by the end of the year. Like now that
Yeah.
we at the year of N3, I'm sorry, year N4 for both of those guys. Luka has 3 first team All NBAs, and they both made the conference finals. If you asking me going forward, whose future looks brighter, I have to think that based on the player, that your chance of winning a championship is going to be better with Luka because of the physical dominance. And when we talked about this a week ago, and you gave me the this or that or whatever, and I think it was Ja, Tatum, and what's his name? And I picked Tatum because I said, hey, that's the type of guy that wins. And then all of a sudden, Luka went out there and destroyed the Suns. I mean, he is probably one of the more unguardable people in the NBA. And I know I keep saying this, but like with Trae Young gets his points and all this other stuff. But Trae Young is guardable because he's a kind of normal, regular human being for the most part. Like he shoots, he's got great dribbling and all this, but you got plenty of body types that can guard Trae Young. Just like with Curry. Now they may not do it the way you wanted to do it, and those guys may go out there and get 40 or 50 on them, but you can at least throw bodies at them. There's not bodies out there that can quote unquote guard Luka like that. He's a unique individual, like a Shaq or a LeBron or just those type of body types. And if he gets his ass in shape, who knows what it'll be then. So, like I said, my opinion, I would say Dallas is winning convincingly right now just because of the mistakes the Hawks have made.
That's interesting. That's a fair take. I'm gonna go with that. That it's about as fair as it can get. I think both organizations. Well, actually, I know both organizations are basically in the same boat. So, with that said, they're parallel to me.
Okay. I mean, well, what it You say, Pace, in a few years, everybody be buying your wings. I mean, we'll get to see this play out. We've
Yeah.
the
Oh
three
yeah.
of us have
That.
seen a lot of these
It's on,
play out.
it's on the internet now, so can't nobody lie about it. It's on the internet.
But just like this, not that it was a debate then, but Allen Iverson, I remember him coming out. I thought the
Oh,
76ers
man, you
made
had
a
that one.
great pick. I thought the 76ers made a great pick. And now you go back and look at it, and I probably would not just Kobe. Maybe there were some other people. I can't all remember who was in his draft class, but it might have been
Ray
some others
Allen.
in his draft class that
Oh, that
had a
was a
better
great
career
draft
than him.
class. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
your
one of the
Steve
best.
Nash. That was like Steve Nash and Kobe. You had I think was it
So,
okay,
so
you said Ray Allen, you had
Yeah.
Marbury. I mean, it was a heck of a draft. I mean, we leaving out a lot of people. Ginobili, shoot, I even think
Ginobili
Jermaine
second round.
O'Neal. Yeah, and then
so
Jermaine O'Neal, I think
Ginobili
he
second.
somebody came out of that draft that was from Indiana. It might have
So
been
you said
Dampier.
Steve Nash. So who would have
Yeah.
been a better pick for the 76ers? Because who had the better career, Iverson or Steve Nash? And those are things that you would, I guess, however you want to look at it. But
Yeah.
Nash is a
And,
two-time MVP.
but at the end of the day for Philadelphia, Allen Iverson, he changed the game for that franchise. He was a identifiable player for them, and they did make it to a finals. I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad pick, and I think that's kind of like what we're looking at here. I don't think either team had a bad pick,
Well,
and that's kind of hard, and that doesn't happen a
Not
lot.
a bad pick. I agree with not a bad pick. Just you got one team got in my opinion, one team got a
Yeah,
all-star. One team got a perennial all-star. The other team got a superstar. And that's how I look at both of them.
there's nothing
Kind of
wrong with
like
looking at
Zach
it that way.
said. Zach said, Lucas dang near unguardable. He gives everybody buckets. And I've seen in the last couple of games in that Heat series, the Heat just threw bodies at Trae Young and just
They did.
sucked all his life out of him. I ain't seen nobody like after game one, yeah, 20 points, Luka didn't do nothing. Then Luka came out and dropped 40 piece. You know what I'm saying? What Phoenix was laughing at him. We gonna go at Luka. We gonna go at Luka. Luka dropped 30 every game after that. So the guy has a streak and a nasty attitude in the like LeBron and the Jordan and the Kobe's. You say what you want to, then I'm gonna give you something to talk about, type dude. So I gotta ride with that, man, because that's a dog. You know, you want them kind of dudes as your main player. You want somebody who, I don't care what you do, this is what's gonna happen, type work. And like I said, we all know if Luka had any help, Steph Curry be going home.
That's what I had last week. The only thing I'll caution though, Pace, is how serious does he take his physical conditioning? Because I'll give him a pass for coming in out of shape this year, but this is the end of year 4. He needs to become a professional, and his body is his work. And it may not bother him now, when he's in his 20s, but now when we get to say late 20s, early 30s, is he going to be out of gas and out of the league?
Yeah.
Or
Agreed.
not effective anymore.
He's already slow though. It's not like he's gonna pick up any speed. He's just.
I just mean the physicalness of not getting them nagging injuries, kind of like hard, the hamstring, or you end up with a knee issue or a back issue. Some of them soft tissue things that come just for him not taking it. But if he gets himself and I know I'm hitting on this, if he gets himself in shape, he's already 3 times. When is he not going to make first team All NBA? And I know that's not all that it's about. And he's
pretty much locked in at that.
And he's already in the conference finals. And what is he, 22, 23, something like that?
Yeah,
maybe
22. Both of him and Trae are the same age. Luka's 6 months younger.
Yeah, if you're gonna go 8 more years to when he's 30, so he's got 8 more years. I mean, that should be 5 or 6 more first team All NBAs, and you probably would say 8 more All NBA teams. So it's just a matter of, does he get any championships in there?
And Derek, and ding, 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 there we go. So what happens when I'm gonna say this for both of them? What if neither one of them, get a championship from their on their respective teams. Like Luka doesn't
Elgin
need
Baylor.
Dallas.
They all gonna be Elgin Baylor.
Yeah,
And they don't
no,
need, and
but see, I'll say this about Baylor though. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is like looking at and going back to the trade aspect of this, like they're both in the same boat. All I'm hearing, we're saying the same things about both organizations.
Yeah, but I guess your thing is a championship is the only thing that's going to make a difference. I don't necessarily look at it like that. Like I've always, because it's going to be your resources too. Like yes, Magic did win a championship when Magic came into the NBA, but Magic had a pretty damn good team. And same for Bird. Like they didn't just come in and they were on an expansion team and they didn't have no players. And then all of a sudden they drug that team to the for Luka and I'll give trade this to their teams were at the bottom. So both of them have had to build their teams up. So this is only like if the Dallas Mavericks and or Atlanta don't ever get the right pieces around them, basketball is still a team game. They may not win a championship, but what is it that you do with the pieces around you? And I would say right now it looks like Luka can do a whole lot with the pieces around him. It kind of like if you just taking 4 guys from the YMCA or when you show up with the gym and you put the 4 guys with Luka and you put the 4 guys with Trey, Luka looks like he will have the Mavericks competing for the championship. It doesn't mean you'll win it, but it looks like they will be competing. But
they both have one conference finals appearance. Both organizations, the Hawks, in their eras, in their respective draft class, from that point, what is 2018 to now, year 4, the Hawks have been in the conference finals and the Mavericks have been in the conference finals.
Okay, so what's your tiebreaker then on who won the trade?
I think it's, as I said, it's still, I have them parallel right now. It's still too much out there to make the finals.
So Luka first team All NBAs don't matter.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that don't matter.
I'm saying if you got to pick a tiebreaker, like if their careers ended this summer and neither one could play, somebody would have to be the greater player or have had the greater career.
No, but that's another
layer.
That's another topic.
But you,
hey,
They both drafted a fantastic player for both organizations.
Hey, Jones. Let me throw this in to jump on Zach's point right quick about the YMCA. You going there? Pull up the both rosters, right? How many number 1 draft picks is on Dallas right now, outside of Luka and Tim Hardaway Jr., who's hurt?
Like, is there any?
Number 1
draft pick
or first round?
Dwight Powell, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jalen Brunson, Maxie Cleveland. All the main people playing on that Dallas team are all second-round picks or undrafted free agents.
Okay, but what about who was there before that?
Now you look at Atlanta. Atlanta has what 4?
Yeah, but then they
5?
get the guy. But then they get the junior. What's his name? Smith, Dennis Smith.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Didn't he play with? No, Dennis Smith.
There was a bad pick. Is he still in the NBA?
Well, was he not? He played for Dallas, right?
Yeah, but
he was drafted the year before Luka.
But you noticed
didn't Porzingis play for Dallas? But didn't Porzingis play with Dallas too with Luka?
Yes,
that's one. On both times, though.
And you start
both times. The Hawks have Trey got 7 number 1 draft picks sitting with him. So you got to think the talent level is absolutely different. If you look at what Luka's doing with his guys,
who was better than Porzingis? In Atlanta.
John Collins is better than Porzingis.
Porzingis isn't that good.
Hunter's better than Porzingis.
No.
Sweet Lou is better. Sweet Lou Williams is better than Porzingis.
But I'm using what you just used. You said
how many playoffs did the Knicks? How many playoffs did the Knicks make with Porzingis? Since you're telling me he's so good,
he's better than Collins.
I don't think the Knicks made any playoff.
He's better.
Is he?
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't believe so.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Yes, he's better than Collins. Come on now.
Again, like I said, the main thing you look at who he's working with, man.
So Dennis Smith Jr. is a good basketball player now.
Luka's dragging YMCA dudes with him.
Okay, we're talking about this season, but Luka had players in his tenure so far that were excellent players.
So Dennis Smith Jr. was an excellent player.
Name one player on Dallas team that you put on. If you were picking 12 guys now, you put on your team.
I can say the same thing for Atlanta.
Well, but I'm just
I'll take Hunter.
You don't like Clint Capella? I like Clint Capella.
Yeah, but was Capella highly rated over Porzingis when he came out? Let's be true about that now.
Okay, so we won't go him now. So
Luka is 3-time like elite player, right? And he had Porzingis.
Well, Luka has to play better.
So
like
I'm
not gonna sit.
So it's not like he. So I'm not saying that Luka. I'm just saying that Luka he's had opportunities and he's had talent too come through Dallas.
Maybe some of that is high. It's not on the same level though, TJ.
If you want to say Porzingis, I give you Porzingis.
Call out all the Hawks that one picture playing right now.
I'll give you that. I will give you that Luka's style of play. He may have to come off the ball more, and I'll give you Porzingis. So I will give you that Porzingis could be a basketball player, though he ain't done much in a long time, and that's why Phil tried to get rid of him. But I'll give you him. I'm not giving you Dennis Smith.
And we have
Dennis Smith Jr. ain't even in the NBA anymore. Like, so stop that.
Yeah, but when he played with Luka, what happened?
Dennis Smith Jr. isn't a good basketball player.
It didn't work out with him.
Because if we're gonna do that, then what happened? So then Cam Reddish is a good basketball player.
You don't want to go there, Zach. You don't go there now.
No, hold on. Rewind that. You brought up players. So I came back and brought up players that were drafted higher than the one
you brought up players.
Yeah, but they're like we just
one player each year. I'm telling you, the Hawks got Capella, they got Collins, Hunter, Gallinari, Lou Williams, Kevin Knox, all been #1 picks, all on the same team now. You got nobody on that Dallas team except for Hardaway Jr., who's hurt. That's a #1 pick on that team. Not one, just Hardaway Jr., and he hurt. You got 8 dudes with Trey that's #1 picks. The talent level is totally different if you go by the draft status, correct?
I'll jump away from draft stat. Just go by your on-court or whatever. Because Reggie Bullock is a solid NBA player.
I'm waiting for the great players on both teams.
But Reggie Bullock been around since Lob City and with the LA Clippers. He's been around a while now. He about 30-something years old too. He's old.
Reggie Bullock is average. And then who's their center? I always forget their center. Dwight Powell, and
Maxi Kleber.
Them dudes. I mean, we always get into this. We always get into this when we get into NBA guys and greatness. But hasn't some of the dudes on Atlanta's team been all-stars or something, or has Trey not played with any all-stars but himself? Didn't John Collins or Clint Capella or somebody make the all-star team or something?
Capella did, I think. I think Capella is the only one. Gallinari hadn't made one. Yeah, that's it. Capella.
I think they again 2 similar situations.
Well. So for you,
by the way, well, hold on. Save the question real quick, Zach. We got some comments out here too. Cynthia Moore has a question out here. She's some comments. She did say good point on the good physical point. So I guess she likes your point, Zach, about Luka and getting himself physically
I make
together.
Great points.
Yeah, I think Cynthia. I think you're.
Thank you, Cynthia. You seem to be one of our intelligent listeners. I appreciate it.
Yeah, she's at the top of your list. Right? How do you make a championship team is the question. How do you make a championship team is the question. That's a good point. And right now, neither one of them are championship teams, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think you make a championship team. Sorry, I'll let you get to Mr. Spivey.
Oh yeah, Mr. Spivey. Let's see. Is he out here? Yeah, great show. So Mr. Spivey's out listening. We appreciate.
Thank you, Mr. Spivey.
I like his first name too.
Well, I'm sure you do. And to go back to the championship team, I don't think you make a championship team. Some of it just has to come together by opportunity. If Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt, and it was my pick, so it's probably self-serving. I think the Bucks win the championship because the team around Giannis is just too dominating. I don't think it would have been close. But see, you get an injury, and now it opens the door for other individuals like Dallas. You know, those things have turned. Like I'm shocked that Dallas was able to beat the Suns, but then they're having this difficulty with Golden State. Like I would have never thought they'd have difficulty with Golden State and lose to the Suns. But the Suns thought they had a championship team based on everything they did in the regular season, and you run into a Luka. So I don't think it's about being a championship team. I think it's about getting the pieces together so you can contend. And that's what Dallas has to do. And of course, that's what Atlanta has to do. And really all of these teams, because if Boston doesn't win the championship this year, they need to reassess what they're doing. And I know people say, they don't need to move any pieces, but you need to, because just look at the Suns. The Suns, for the most part, stood pat. And for whatever reason, be it the Ayton being unhappy or whatever, they not in there. And you only get so long for your window. And maybe even the Bucks. Like the Bucks championship thing getting derailed just because Middleton gets hurt. Middleton shouldn't dictate if you win a championship or not win a championship. But I'd say it's more about just getting the right components, as Pace is talking about, like the people around. And I don't think Dallas does have real. I think they got a lot of average, slightly below average individuals. I don't think they have individuals that can push you toward a championship level. And maybe it's the same for Atlanta. But what would make the difference? What I was going to go to, like for you, Mr. 411, what would have to happen for you to say Dallas won the trade? Like what would have to happen for you to say Atlanta got it wrong?
I would say,
what would you need to see?
I don't think they got it wrong.
Well, I'm asking what would have to happen.
I don't even think Dallas got it wrong. I think that if you want to say, okay, and for me, the tiebreaker will be the success of the organization. So like the first one that's going to be the consistent conference final type team will be that, because I mean, realistically, Dirk Nowitzki was in Dallas 20 years, won championship. So that's pretty much the bar for Dallas. And if they can do that and Atlanta doesn't do that, then we'll go to the side of the Mavericks on this one.
So if Luka gets one championship,
and Atlanta doesn't get any.
And that's it.
Atlanta doesn't get any. Or if Dallas is that constant conference final type team, and Atlanta is the first round playoff one and done type team, maybe get to a second round every blue moon, then I'm gonna lean that way to the Mavericks on that. So whichever one does that is going to determine it for me. Because again, for me, the individual player, and I've said this from day one, like I watched Luka's games on YouTube when he was playing overseas. So there was no doubt in my mind about how excellent he was as an individual player. That wasn't ever, a doubt in my mind there. So for me, it's about the team success. What is the organization going to do? Because Zach, me and you talked about this for years. Atlanta, for some reason, they don't just pull in those megastars to come in. They can't do like what a Lakers can do, or another organization that can bring in those two guys and then you can make things happen from there. They're going to have to do it this way. They're going to have to figure out how to get more picks and try to hit that way. That's just the way that Atlanta has to go. At least that's what we know so far. So that's the way I see them trying to play the game. How about you, Pace?
Yeah, I would say what would Atlanta have to do to win the trade for you, Pace?
Trade Trae Young for Luka Doncic again.
Hey, at least you're honest.
They're not going to win. I'll say it like this: if we're going to go by what the career aspirations or team aspirations, you're going by if Trae Young and the Hawks miraculously win an NBA championship, I'll be the first one jumping up on the car blowing the horn. That's just me. But if we keep going on how their careers are transgressing, Luka's probably going to win MVP 2 or 3 times. He's gonna be all NBA till he's about 30. And then you look back at their career, Trey won a championship. Woohoo! He was a 5-time All-Star. Luka was 3 times MVP. He was all NBA 10 times. Then you're gonna look at it. Well, man, what would he have done in Atlanta? You know, you're gonna, as a fan, you're gonna start thinking that. What would he have done in Atlanta?
Thing? He can do the same thing in Atlanta.
But he probably would have won a championship, 2 or 3. I'm just thinking
No,
Luka
Dallas
has
would
the
have won a
ability.
championship.
I'm just thinking that Luka has his window's more limited than Trey's. I'm gonna tell you that honestly, because the Western Conference is gonna be a monster. Because if Zion ever get healthy and lose weight, and Ingram's already a budding superstar, and you done brought the dude from Portland down there, they tough.
Oh, McCollum.
Denver's getting back their point guard next year, so Joker will have somebody with him. We don't, you know, the Clippers will have everybody healthy. So what are we looking at in regards to where's Luka's window? It's shrinking. If he don't get any help, Luka's window is way worse than Trae Young's.
Oh,
Trey's got to deal with Boston, probably in Milwaukee. Everybody else is crapshoot because I have no faith in none in Brooklyn, and or as I like to call them, New Jersey. And the Heat's always gonna be good. You just don't know if Jimmy Butler gonna be playoff Jimmy or he gonna be smoking some Newports Jimmy.
Yeah.
I just think the conferences are even somewhat, but in the next 4 or 5 years during Luka's prime, he's gonna have to clear some hurdles because Memphis ain't going nowhere. Minnesota not going nowhere. New Orleans coming up. Clippers still there. LeBron's gonna be back next year. I have faith the Lakers gonna make the playoffs. So Luka might not even make the playoffs next year, to be honest with you. The Dallas Mavericks could not make the playoffs.
And so there you have the individual success, but then the team success.
Yeah,
so I guess all of how you look at it. And I'm glad you mentioned those other teams. And then let's not forget Golden State, because they still have flexibility and they still have flexibility to maybe even make trades.
It's 10 teams in the Western Conference. Luka probably had to be in a play-in every year. But if they don't get him some type of help, he's gonna be in a play-in.
You might want that trade to happen then. You might really want that trade. Then you get Luka over to the East.
I would like to see it. We can all do it on NBA 2K and see what happens.
He's not leaving Dallas. And Mark Cuban won't be letting him. Like, he'll give him the super max and the super max or whatever. He will be there as long as probably Cuban can keep him there. But a lot of it will just come down to who your peers are, which it always does for the NBA superstar. Like, whoever your peers are is going to dictate how many championships you can realistically get. And if you got a stronger kind of group of peers, as you were rattling off their pace, it's going to be harder for you. If you get a softer kind of group, a little bit like I know you said the West is going to be tougher. As long as Giannis is waking up for the next 5-6 years, it's going to be tough for anybody in the East. Let me tell it. That's why I said that they might need to move Middleton and get some less expensive people. But as long as he wake up every day and be the dude he gonna be, it's gonna be tough for everybody because he's a beast. And now it's just like this year. Somebody gonna sneak a championship in maybe, and it'd be good. I know it's gonna be tough on Luka. It would have been great for Luka to steal one this year. And as far as Tatum, this might be like his only shot. So these guys, I hate to say the Akeem thing, but kind of sort of with Akeem, he snuck in through his window, and it ain't his fault that Jordan didn't show up, but he took advantage. Whereas guys like Barkley, Malone, all them other individuals, when the window was there, they didn't go in or they didn't get through. But I like that both of y'all are still strong on y'all beliefs of both teams either got it right or got it wrong. And we have time to play it out. So I want to enjoy those wings with both of y'all whenever this gets figured out.
All right.
But see their pace? I told you thinking I was going to double team you, Pace. Nope.
You see, Brundidge didn't want none of it tonight. He didn't even show up. So.
Oh wow! You know what?
Y'all are so mean to each other, man.
Oh, we family. You can be like that when you family, bro.
Hey,
you didn't have it. You used to have it out too, Zach. So
hey, I'm old. I don't remember all of that back in the day. You know, I remember things much happier than what they were.
I don't at all. I don't at all. But okay.
Hey, Pace. Brundidge did call you out the other night, man.
I know. I stood up for you.
He gave it to you Tuesday night, man, and I gotta admit, you here.
But hey, you notice he didn't show up when Dallas won, though. I was talking the whole time when Lucas lost, but when Dallas won, you didn't see Brundidge pop up at all.
Oh man. Okay, we're gonna have to get
smiley faces. That's all you saw, smiley faces.
Hey, I hope he's watching. Matter of fact, we'll make sure he gets the clip.
Yeah, send him the link so he can see. Tell him to forward to my part at the end.
Well, if I will say, if Dallas could somehow win tonight, I wouldn't jump in and they could win. I would just say that Golden State's pucker factor will go up a little bit, having to go back to Dallas and then play game 6.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what though. I mean, it's kind of like it's unfortunate that they were down 3-0, but if they were down 3-1, yes, you know, it might have been a little better. But that 3-0, the odds are just so low, right? It's 0, I believe. So I don't think
it's 0 right now.
Well, the problem is when you go down 3-0, you're quote unquote have to beat a team that's good, and you have to beat a team that's already beat you 4 straight times. Yeah. So you have like no margin for error. So like if it was say 2-2 right now, kind of like with Jimmy Butler, I don't think Miami's gonna come back because Jimmy Butler seems to be not just hurt but injured. But if you get something like that, like how Butler went out at halftime, if Luka went out at halftime now, you know you're done. But if it's 2-2, yeah, you anything can happen. Like that's why Golden State needs to avoid this.
But it's even worse, Zach, that they don't even have the Dallas doesn't even have the game 7 either. So even if it somehow made it to 7, now you still got to win the 7th one on the road. Yes. On top of that, against a team is superior right now and is up 3-0. But if I'm Dallas, I'm looking at it this way right now. Starting in Tuesday night, what day they play? Tuesday night, right? So Tuesday night you had a home game. So 2 out of the next 3 games will be in Dallas. So that's the only way you can look at that right now. It just kind of play it that way. And get this one tonight, you're back at home again. And then, you know, the miracle game at 7. Yeah, you know, we saw Phoenix lay it.
If Dallas wins tonight, they win the series. I'm gonna tell you, like, I'll put it to you like this. Dallas wins tonight, Golden State gonna fold.
Come on, Pace. Bring them tough takes.
Hey.
I'm saying if Dallas wins tonight, Golden State will fold like when LeBron got him.
I'm not gonna agree with you there, but I was
you don't love Luka like I do.
Hey, but I'll say this, like I said, if they do lose tonight, game 6 would be very interesting, and if they can get it to game 7, now they're
gonna get what Phoenix got. If they get to game 7, Golden State gonna get what Phoenix got.
I'm all for it. I'm all about basketball, so I'd love to see it, but my guess is Golden State comes out like gangbusters night because they understand what you're saying. Like they don't want to be in that situation.
You don't want anything where it can be anything can happen.
Nah.
So,
but Steph Curry don't make it to the game because the driver don't take him there. Some hell no. We need to get this over with.
And by the way, fellas, if Golden State win tonight, the NBA Finals, they'll be playing the NBA Finals on next Thursday.
They start next Thursday. Regardless, that's kind of like the schedule they got in place. So we all can get back together then.
Yep. Yeah. All right, man. We'll continue this banter. We know we're gonna do it on social media, and we're gonna do it right here on the show. So, Pace, you know, you got open invitation. You'll be back. We'll get you and Brundidge in the same ring.
Yep.
So we can go ahead and get his take in here on there too. But you know, go ahead. One more shot at Brundidge before we get out of here.
There ain't no more shots at him. He knows where I was tonight. I told you 7 o'clock I'd be here, and he agreed, and I ain't seeing him. And he ain't have to work today, so I don't want to hear all that.
Oh, no. Wow,
He can't even get on Facebook tonight if Dallas lose saying anything, because he could have came on and faced me man to man.
Go ahead, Pace.
Pace is not playing, man. Okay. All right. Well, Pace, we appreciate you being on, man. You have
all right, bro.
One, right?
Love y'all, man.
Hey,
miss y'all.
All right.
See y'all.
Bro.
All right, have a good one.
All right, guys.
Hey, that was good. We're gonna have to bring all y'all back to stuff. So I guess we need to just mark in that every year, come towards the end of the playoffs, we're gonna have the Luka versus Trey thing going on.
Yep.
Every year. Y'all can make y'all case until, Lord Jesus, this is gonna be time damn 60 that we trying to figure out who had the better career.
Exactly. That's how it's gonna go down, Zach. It's just gonna go down that way, man. All right, we got a couple sponsors before we get out of here, so let's run those real quick.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm LaTanya. I'm the owner of Heavily Spa Mobile. I've been in this business 19 years plus. If you're in dire need of a massage for achy muscles, back, neck, shoulder, hip, legs, feet, come on down and schedule an appointment with me. You can't go wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking care of you because no one's going to be able to take care of you. I'm located at 2484 Ingleside Avenue, and that's in Building 8, and that's in Macon, Georgia. Again, you can go online to Heavily Spa Mobile to schedule your future appointment, or you can reach out to me at 478-747-9231. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Zach. All right. We appreciate all our sponsors and for supporting the Sports Brothers show. All right, Zach. Let's go ahead and close. Let's close things out with the with a little talk about the incidents that happened over in Texas. I know you brought that up in our pregame meeting. And so was there something you wanted to go ahead and just say about the unfortunate situation over in Texas in your state?
Well, just for us as people, it's unfortunate, and probably something needs to be done. And I don't normally get into it, I guess, too much, because I know the world we live in, these things are going to happen. But for an elementary school to have kids gunned down, and not that the teachers aren't important too, but you got 10, 11-year-olds getting shot up because this individual has some stuff going on. Just, I mean, we, as a society, we need to do something better. Like, I'd be perfectly fine. I know it's probably self-serving because I'm over 40 now, but move the age limit to buy weapons up to 21. If nothing else, do it like 25, because hell, you know this like I do. Your insurance don't go down till you get 25 as a male, because they think we high risk because of how we drive. But just as something, because you and I, and we just had Pace on, and we all went to high school together, and we class of 92 from Kendrick. These were just things we didn't have to worry about then. And just stuff like this, it's got to be a way we as a society can put can contain it so these things don't pop up and happen. And everybody in the moment, and Steve Kerr had his, he gave everything. And we always do this. In the moment when stuff happens, everybody for a good, 2, 3, 4 week period, we really into it. And then we just kind of let things go until the next incident and nothing changes. And of course, the only way we can do this is through you know, voting and things of that nature. But we need to make something happen to make it so that incidents like these, we ain't got to work. Because my youngest son is will be 14 soon. We need to, like, I shouldn't have to worry about him going to school and getting gunned down when he's just trying to go get his education. I believe Mr. 411 the third, is he 17 now?
Yep. Exactly.
Going to be
He's right there.
junior or going to be a senior?
Senior. Rising
like,
senior.
Yeah, like we don't need to worry about that. Like, he just needs to be able to go enjoy school, and these should be, like, I ain't gonna say the best moment of their lives, but some of the best that they can look back kind of like we do it now, and that we just did with Pace and with Antoine the other day, and just have fond memories. Not, oh my God, remember when someone came into our school and shot up every damn body? So we just need to get better as a society to try and make this world a better place, and definitely in that aspect.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna have to be some things put in place. I mean, security wise, I mean, you would think that I mean, that's not that it's never happened before. Unfortunately, it has happened before, but you want to think that when you go to school, or if you go into the grocery store, you're going to pump some gas, your expectation is, to return back, to your destination, to your family, your friends, and so on. So that's the unfortunate part about this. And then with all the gun violence, man, I mean, something does have to be done. We have people that, purchase guns for their protection, and we have people that purchase guns and for the wrong things. And
Yes.
I don't know what the final decision, can be on this thing, but it's got to be some sort of control put in place. It just has to be. I mean, there's no other way around it now. It's just time to go ahead and have some serious gun controls in our country. That's pretty much all I have to say about it, Zach.
It is. And prayers go out to all of those families. Just really sad. And man, unfortunately, this is gonna happen again. So until we, as you saying, we can come up with something, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And that's what's really disturbing. Hell, I guess next time it'll be a damn nursery.
You just don't know out here, man. So
yeah,
everyone, don't take days for granted. Don't take time to say, hello to your friends and family for granted. I mean, at least you say hello, reply back when somebody send you a text, something, because don't assume that you're going to hear from that person again, because, as we're going through this now, you see that there's people that don't have that opportunity. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just like a gun violence incident. It could be anything. So, don't take each other for granted.
Agreed.
All right, Zach, great show. It's time for us to get out of here. We thank everybody for watching. We thank everybody for listening. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. We have a lot of information, a lot of different information out there now. Plenty of shows you can even go back and watch. So for Zach, I'm Mr. 411. We are the Sports Brothers, and we're out.
Have a good one.
See ya.